said they came to look for. I believe they haven't found. We're here. We've had a peaceful election, and the SLPP has preached peace from the beginning of the campaign, and everybody has maintained peace. You don't wait till 5 o'clock when they're about to start counting, and now you bring chaos.
It is unfortunate and also very much preposterous. The reason being, I remember just the very day of the voting when the Sierra Leone police visited an unfinished house and the issue about hacking came up. They bashed the police.
The only institution we get a constitutional mandate for give out results at the National Electoral Commission. So far, I want to start by commending the leadership of the National Electoral Commission. They don't try them best, and from the looks of things, we don't get any doubt in them.
Election coverage part 3. Of course, this is not the third time we come to now today in a row. Hello, me Famudem. Unakabo, welcome to Sheriff's Broadcast Network, the place USA where they bring Africa live to whosoever you dare around the globe. Of course, right now, after we Sierra Leoneans, they don't go into elections where they don't vote for the next set of leaders in the country on March 7, 2018. Today make 4 days after that. Of course, today is March 11, 2018. Of course, now a delight to we for come to now exclusively with new updates and some of the discussion points, things that we're going to talk about exclusively on Sheriff's Broadcast Network. Of course, as at now, we don't get provisional results again. That's 75% of the voting results have come in. Of course, as you see, I'm at the bottom of the screen right about this time. So it is our delight for able for Brian come to you. You know, if this is not your first time for join we in Sheriff's Broadcast Network, we want for take opportunity of this moment for officially welcome you to the station. Of course, for assure you for say you don't come at the right place, because Nayaso we they talk true. We are always everything they talk, we are very unbiased. We they talk a reality. The straight talk all they talk Nayana for change, right? And so me go dinner so as una host again, of course, Mina Ibrahim Sheriff, of course, come to una directly from Houston, Texas, in the United States of America, and of course with an eye over Sierra Leone. Of course, we get with correspondents in the country, we get people in the country, we get for give we updates on waiting they go on. But for right now, of course, we don't know as per the promise way the chief returning officer of the country or the the chairman of the National Electoral Commission, Mr. Mohammed Nfa Ali Conte, the promise we promised yesterday was that we were able to get the 75% of votes election results. And of course, if possible, we'll go even get 100%. So meaning that we're supposed to know by today, of course, that was the promise as to who that win this election, especially the presidential election, who that win in the country. Yesterday, the APC was ahead of the SLPP. And today, the SLPP don't reverse that trend. Of course, the SLPP is leading by now. And so we get for bring those numbers to you guys. According to the provisional results, then we don't come inside. Of course, the APC right now gets 833,509 votes. The SLPP gets 848,438 votes. The National Grand Coalition, NGC, gets 136,009 votes. And of course, the Coalition for Change, when I see for C, gets 67,132 votes. Now, we get for left the ADP out of this equation today because they're not going to get substantial numbers there yet. We continue for include them inside the count. But C4C, surprisingly, is still in the mix. I mean, can you imagine? C4C is still in the mix. So I know say we say APC people then day to day, then go deep and grind then teeth, then go deep and wallow in deception, in anger, in disappointments, because of everything we then perpetrate at Alhaji Samuel Samsumana, when I be the former vice president of the country. We all been see the kind vectives and the kind venoms, the kind way we then disgrace and at the country where they unconstitutionally remove them from both the APC and from in office, in elected office as the vice president of the country. Now this man has 67,132 votes, and I know say majority of that votes they na APC votes. People that were vexed by APC, and especially na the corner axis, because of what they do to them brother. Now they get them votes then. So this was potentially an APC vote, but of course it no longer belongs to them. So we understand say some members in the APC political party, them be they rejoice, them be one for let this election go to runoff. Let get a runoff election. I don't know why they were happy about that. I mean, looking at all of the dynamics involved in this election, APC should be the last political party to be interested in a runoff, to be advocating for a runoff. Because when this election goes to a runoff, APC, I don't feel say you get any, chances. I don't think so. The Sierra Leonean people are upset with you, APC. I mean, the one thing we may not able to understand from the APC is this. During the 2007 elections, after we SLPP don't rule the country for 11 years, we don't see, we don't go into this election, and at this election, because Boku thing and they will be at the election, where the SLPP, then Solomon Berra was the presidential candidate, where they no say the elections not been free and fair. Kalo be the at the election, all of that. But because of the fact that SLPP na a party we like for uphold democratic values, we country don't just come up a war. We don't try for finish this war. We don't finish we don't re-establish government institutions. We don't make relative peace done can at the country. The country they move on steady. So the last thing where anybody be want again another national civil unrest or mayhem back the kind of the country. So Tijan Kaba, late the president at that time, they decided that let left all this halala are not to we win on this winnow. This government, let's hand it over to the APC. So Tijan Kaba, quick one, a hand over the government to Anes by Koroma. people that inside the SLPP, they vex Panti Yankaba because of what he do. But they like today, some of we are then I also way they appreciate that move the way Yankaba be make, then turn and they because it be necessary, because it be vital for the country, for save the country, because you get for put your country above yourself. You get for put the country above your personal interest. And so that was what late Ahmad Yankaba demonstrated those times, because of the safety of the people, because we don't want another war. We don't want for the people that lost their lives, just because of disagreement what happened at the top. We don't want the, they say we elephants then fed now the grass they suffer. We don't want that. So Yankaba handed this power over. Now, by all indications, this election is for the SLPP to win this election. We not talk this because we favor SLPP or we are against the APC. It is just blatant. It is the truth. Now SLPP they win this election. So for let APC go to try for say, one for go runoff. Now this is a complete demonstration of unpatriotism, of the I don't care attitude as to whether this country descend into another anarchy, into another mayhem, may the Lord forbid, by the actions where the APC they put forward. By now the APC for don't prevail on the National Electoral Commission for me then come out with the 100% result one time, let we know what's in the happen and let's move forward. But all this delay business not necessary. But anyway, the National Electoral Commission, the chairman there, Mr. Mohammed Infa Ali Conte, by the interview Oben Giam last week before the election, he talks say it go take about a week for let the presidential results could be announced. So far with the CC, that trend they go rapidly, 1 week yet, just 4 days after the election. But at least by today, by tomorrow, by Wednesday, we don't know who that win this election. Now, some of we don't get calls them from Sierra Leone. People that they tell we say, they don't tell them secretly for me them stay home because they get for announced result. They don't know what's going to be the outcome of this announcement and all of that. But anyway, we get some images as well. We'll get for can share with the viewers them for let una just know waiting they go on. Let we able for know what is happening and how we can potentially get we self prepared, like we you dey inside plane they up, we see the pilot talk say brace for impact. That means not a good word that one day. So we are going to brace for impact. But however, we want for let people that know this democracy in Sierra Leone is fragile. And waiting with country don't go through is too much. Even the international community, the one that waiting at the international community, where it's not something happen, would they go cry to them for help, this, that. They don't become fatigue. They don't get this thing where they call donor fatigue. They don't give, they don't tire now. They don't want to give you again. And we country is very small. Waiting we need for do now for let we able for put this election behind the one that we get for win, let them go to work right away for the country. Let them able for develop with human capacity. Let we become self-sufficient. Let we left this bigger. We get everything in our country. Even that dirty where they show na bomb, where people that they go pick inside that dirty, where they put fire upon and where they burn. That dirty alone, it don't do for like give electricity all over. So if we really know how for use with resources where God don't give we, trust me, we don't need for go no side for beg anybody. So this election is about ego, is about we need for put this behind we let move forward. The National Electoral Commission need for do this job faster. We need for move forward. And anybody way in handy pa kalo pa this election, because of how much the people that don't suffer in that country, because of how much the people are eager for let this country go before. Anybody where you play kalo for this election, God get for expose you. Because Sierra Leone is a country of religion. People that they pray, Christians, Muslims, then they pray day in, day out. because of few people that you in action, or because of the way where they behave, because of the calo that they play, they don't make with people that they in Sierra Leone their heart hang right now. In fact, Sierra Leoneans all over the world, all man in heart hang. We don't know waiting at the next thing we get for happen. You, when are you they make people that they feel like that? God Almighty get for punish you. I mean, people they know they learn. People they know they learn. Right now, members say, if you own efforts, you own activity, you own behavior make, then shed one blood, now that country day. And for members say, those days are gone. Where you they perpetrate violence, you they make people that lost their lives, you they make people that they shed blood, and you go scot-free. 10 days then over. This is not 2018. This is not to 1967 or 1971 or 1978. No, this is 2018. You, when are you they become a reason for let anybody shed in blood na Sierra Leone? You, when are the reason where they perpetrate violence, where they conspire for let people then continue for suffer in that country? We go after you. We get for make sure say you face the full penalty of the law. And I remember we say Charles Taylor the right now. Then they way Charles Taylor get the upper hand at Liberia and Sierra Leone. When it go over the BBC Focus on Africa, where they talk about the war in those two countries, like say nobody know the way educate person. But just remember, we say it's the right now. It then a prison, a jail, a prison in London for 55 years. So you, where we don't they empower another country, you don't squander with money, you don't do all kinds of things. Sierra Leone people them, we get forgiving heart. We don't want nothing from you. All we need is allow the people's will to be served. If the people that don't talk say, then they withdraw their contract, where they be give you, because politics not a social contract. If the people that don't talk say they are about to withdraw this contract from you because you not do the things that whatever they expect you for do, but then they willfully plan for change their own will because of your own selfish political agenda, would they watch you, will get you now with radar, and you not go scot-free. That's all we are telling you. So right now you get the upper hand for do what they do, but trust me, whether they come off or let put you in a ground and tina before you tell you true talk, will they tell you we don't tire of this. I mean, it is very shameful when you talk to you Sierra Leonean and you to people that are abroad. They know all the catastrophes where this country don't go through, and one of them power when they try for infringe on the natural rights of the people. Now we just warn you for say we need for put this election behind us. We need to move forward. So today I will message that one day to una. Whatsoever day, if they listen to we, this is not the voice of the people. These are some of the comments we are getting into our studio, coming from Sierra Leoneans from all over the world, and we get a moral obligation to pass this message on to una. All right. And so, me fam with them, say we get international observers in the country. We get the former president of Ghana in the country. Now, man, I just admire the role where Ghana don't decide for play in not only in the West African sub-region, but in Africa as a whole. 2 weeks or a couple of weeks ago, I saw the Ghanaian president. They talk about an agenda for me to educate the African child. Placing premium on the value of education. That all the problems where Africa they go through now because we not groom the future leaders of Africa. We not train them. We not give them the education what they need for me they able for become leaders in the country and the continent. Now, former president of Ghana, Mahama, right now a day inside Sierra Leone. In one of the leaders, them the ECOWAS leaders that we don't kind of Sierra Leone for ensure say this election is peaceful, and that would I ever win this election, then hand over power gear. I admire him for that. It don't come down to the level of the average Sierra Leone. In fact, when you say, the new self say, now former president of a whole country like Ghana. You know, when I know at the level of development we don't take place in Ghana, these are some of the people who made those, who pioneered those developments. From where Jerry Rawlings beginner, we then come and take after. Because you see, government is a continuity. We say it up where the next person can they continue and go before. And now they can't be getting cast blame on you. In they take the lead and go before. Right? So J.J. Rawlings beginner in Ghana, the other president and can and continue. Today we say Ghana Day. So me Monday na Sierra Leone we get for can show you and make a courtesy call on Julius Madabio, the presidential candidate of the SLPP. You know, and we arrived there. I mean, you know, we'll not go into the details of waiting and discuss because we'll not see them. But we just want for me, you know, say these guys mean well for the country, right? And so me family that we want for me is stick around. We'll continue for bring the programs to you.
Whatever the police said they came to look for, I believe they haven't found. We're here. We've had a peaceful election, and the SLPP has preached peace from the beginning of the campaign, and everybody has maintained peace. You don't wait till 5 o'clock when they're about to start counting, and now you bring chaos.
It is unfortunate and also very much preposterous. The reason being, I remember just the very day of the voting when the Sierra Leone police visited an unfinished house and the issue about hacking came up. They bashed the police.
The only institution we get a constitutional mandate for give out results at the National Electoral Commission. So far, I want to start by commending the leadership of the National Electoral Commission. They don't try them best, and from the looks of things, we don't get any doubt in them.
Election coverage part 3. Of course, this is not the third time with the come to now today in the row. All right, of course, so Sheriff's Broadcast Network coming to you live and direct from Houston, Texas. Of course, coming to you from studio number 8. Of course, we have been in constant contact with Freetown, Sierra Leone, and of course, we are getting critical information coming in. And so, ladies and gentlemen, the former president of Ghana in West Africa, you know, is part of the international observers in Sierra Leone. Of course, even after election, he is still in Sierra Leone, trying to ensure that he is there whilst the election results are announced, and what he can possibly do to see that there is no escalation of anything over there. And so basically what is happening now is that we want to show you his visit to he courtesy call on the presidential candidate of the Sierra Leone People's Party. Now, you know, we don't want to let people then feel say we talk too much about the SLPP. I mean, we talk about all of the political parties. We not say we get 4 political parties nowadays inside this race. Where would they still consider? We don't eliminate the ADP respectfully. We not eliminate them because we don't want them to be in the count. It's because the numbers they are getting are done too low now that they are no longer part of the conversation. We maintain the C4C in there because of their votes are still very substantial, and that they are still part of the thing. We have made every effort to reach out to the APC for made able for give interviews them, let we able for talk to them about key issues, about their position of their position on issues in the country, especially the tallying of votes, the announcements that are coming in, but they have consistently refused to appear on Sheriff's Broadcast Network. That is good with us, but that cannot stop us from doing what we are supposed to do. But however, so we continue to get positive feedbacks from the SLPP, which is a good thing. And so we'll get for show you Mahama where he visits Julius Madabio 9 stick around.
We start on the right place, on that side. So if you can we haven't got much time. And it's going to last only for 10 minutes, please.
Just an observation.
Yes.
First one to do an interview in Creole.
In Creole? By all means. Yes. Can you take your drink away, please? Can you take your drink, please? Please, look up to
And please, no interruption.
It's John.
Yes.
Okay. Not the president. The representative of the president. He or she. Yes. Please, we can do the interview and then see the. Okay, this is the. Okay, live. You have to put it live. Okay, good. President Mahama is here. Okay, good. Hi, how are you? Okay. How are you?
Close the door.
Nice to meet you. Good.
He's the leader of the police battalion outside. Yeah, so we were...
One meeting, please. Just the observers. Just the observers, please. We shut the door now and close the door. Thank you.
Yeah, let's, if we can.
Okay, can we make sure that only... Only, sorry. Wait. Media. We want media. Let's go at the come out. Yes. No media, right? Stay. Wait at this point. To make your questions. Only one question, and we don't repeat the question. So you have your goal. So we start on the right place, on that side. So if you can we haven't got much time. And it's going to last only for 10 minutes, please.
Just an observation.
Yes.
First one to do an interview in Creole.
In Creole? By all means. Can you take your drink away, please? Can you take your drink, please? Please, look up to
And please, no interruption.
It's John.
Yes.
Okay. Not the president. the representative of the president. He or she. Yes. Please, we can do the interview and then see the okay, this is the okay, live, you have to put it live, okay, good. President Muhammad is here, okay, good. Right, good.
Hi, how are you?
Okay, how are you?
Close the door.
He's the leader of the police protectors house. Yeah, so we were...
One meeting, please.
Please, just observers, please. Can we shut the door now, please, and close the door?
Yeah, let's, if we can.
Okay, can we make sure that only
Yes, Mandem, I just like Muhammad. This guy, you know, you can tell that he is a true son of the soil. He is the true son of Africa, you know, West Africa specifically. And that now the former president of Ghana, Mr. Muhammad, right there at the residence of Julius Maada Bio, a potential next president of Sierra Leone. Of course, we can say that, you know, he's in the lead right now, even though by a small margin, but you know, he has started getting courtesy calls, you know, by former presidents. We understand, say, the president of Senegal also paid a courtesy call on him. And of course, other diplomatic missions are making courtesy call on him right now. So, me fam with them, this, so we could baffle as to why all this delay in, you know, announcing this result. Let us announce the result. If we get for go runoff, let us go runoff, you know. Like, we'll not get time for delay. We'll not get time, you know. But during the elections, some revelations are now coming in, you know, wherein how the National Electoral Commission officers, the election officers, the agents that will work for this very important body in our country, with all the training where they don't give them officially, some people were still bent on tampering with the electoral process. And indeed they did. So the revelations are now coming out where people are speaking. Then when they want to be party agents, then, you know, because I don't know why the electoral workers, they not be understand the neck or you know, neck staff not being understand this. You are manning a polling station, but then you have political party agents that are observing how the work they go on. Then you they engage in activities blatantly, and people that they look at you, you do these things. Either you they take some of the ballot paper that you they stuff on somewhere, or you they take the whole ballot box, you cry and go some side. Now, when you are doing all of these activities during a broad daylight, then these activities not to activity that will be warranted by this process. You know, wherein party agents then supposed to append a signature on the election result na every polling station. When I don't count down, therefore append a signature. But whilst they are there, they are asking you questions about waiting at the number whether they come, you know, they agree for release some of this information. Then of course there is something up the sleeve. And you see, we don't see now say, I could say, the way this politics here run at the country, it brings so much awareness. It educates with people then so much. That first time mentality where in way election they go on with and they intimidate people that don't know their rights, people that don't know what they happen, those days are gone. And you wait sit down out there where they listen to where they watch what you the broadcast. We want for me to get this message straight. That technology don't do so much that those days are gone where you get stuck in that primitive mentality for say you go just do anything where you want for do and you go scot-free. Those days are gone. Right about now, anything where you do, you are under the radar, you are under scrutiny. Right? So let us see one of the reports that we come in and let we talk about them later on. Stick around.
This is the proof for what happened today. Just watch. I was there. Not was there, not been there a day. Over 50 boxes them. It's not the people the way they represent them. Then lady the way they see. The last boxes the way they take, we'll go catch them. We'll bring them kind of Kenema police station. When I say on one proof. So when I see. So this not to for saying a lie, they lie. Because the first to know first, now a forum where it deal with reality. Then woman the way they see so, then take them boxes there from last night and they restuff them over 50. So we catch them with some of them. So the police they investigate for all I see. And that's good about the forum. Where you say one proof, watch this woman if you sabi them. Yes, watch them. That listen to the mende. So have this. Okay.
Oh my God, you know. So this guy will hold this camera and I'm married to talk man the good one. He said, so now that's that woman they talk. But anyway, this is serious. These are the same people who are saying, oh, we want to let our country change. We want to let our country go before. But when it comes to that critical decision-making time, they engage themselves in dubious activities. How is this country going to go forward? Thank God for technology. Thank God for social media. Right? Then when they try for ban social media, no, you cannot. This is the people's journalism. The things the way journalists they're not able to do for we, social media will make it available. And you know, when you capture something like that on your camera, it is raw and it is rare. Because you see the people that you read them. There is no way you can dispute it. You can use it as evidence even in the court of law. Right? So it is very important. Now the government coming in. Some of us will prevail on this government for ensure say internet capability will not improve on them. They say we'll get fiber optic na Sierra Leone. Fiber optic now the fastest internet service all over the world. So if you have it in your country, all you need to do is to deploy the appropriate technology for let it reach out to everybody. Because the essence of the internet is so great, in as much as it has its own disadvantages, but the advantages outweigh the disadvantages. When you have internet in the country, plenty things and the way go happen easily. And it will even create jobs for the youths. But anyway, back to the message. So this is now one of the reports we'll get from, from the, some of the people that they out there for we it is sent a forum and we're able for access them for the expose some woman them we go take some of the boxes overnight and go stuff them and then get for go submit them for counting. Right? Now I don't know, now men didn't talk. So I have no idea whether this gets any connection with the APC or SLPP. But say APC, they say the first lady it come up from Kailan, grandparents then come up from Kailan. So I don't know if that gets any effect on that. Or whether not SLPP, we don't know. But anyway, no matter who did it, it is wrong. Because you are playing with people's lives. Every single malpractice where you perpetrate by this election, you are jeopardizing people's lives. So nobody's not for being involved in that. All right, so we get plenty of them kind of revelations that we'll get for sure now. But first, let's show you Mr. Julius Spencer of the NGC, where himself they articulate himself on these issues of malpractices and waiting the National Grand Coalition go potentially put forward to the National Electoral Commission for men and go do. Let's see that, and then we'll move forward. Oh, before them, we're sorry about that. Before we bring Mr. Julius Spencer, let me show you when the 25% results come up, waiting happen at Freetown. Let's show that. Even though some people they talk say not to happen, but let's see that. Yeah, my family, I'm very sorry because that information is very graphic. You know, I'm not a man that in knock so they all. So I don't know if you survive, you know, but I'm not a man that in knock so. But anyway, this not being the reaction on the streets of Freetown just after the announcement of the 25% result. Right? That was the reaction on the street. Now, some people that they talk say, now somebody be thief, way na that PZ Gar Street area, way then be the falla. Way then cage and either be the try for bit so. Now that message you get. But anyway, we still say now that's the message we'll be get for say after the because this incident happened immediately after the 25% results of the elections were announced. Right? So now that. But at any rate, right now the country they on the edge. People are afraid. People them not know waiting get for be the next thing we get for happen. Somebody called me from Kenema yesterday and tell me say it's supposed na bo the person the way they work. It tell me say in job don't tell and say may they not go to work today. I mean Monday, may they not go to work because of they get for announce the result today and they don't know what to get for happen after that. So all man they afraid in the country. Why should our country be like this? The time where SLPP then a power, when the way election happened in 2007, when they try for handover to the APC. Then kind tension they not been there. You know, then kind tension they not been there. So why when at APC in your time, if they don't see say things they want for change, why all this tension get for day? And you know, when these things happen, until we stand up as citizens of the country, we take very stringent action on them one day where they perpetrate them kind thing there. Somebody else go come in the future and do the same thing. So like, would I ever they do this? Would I ever they make with people that they afraid in the country? Would I ever they make with people that they feel say, hala hala get for the kata get for the that policy, they made them investigate that policy, let them bring to the public investigation, commission of inquiry, made them ask and questions, made them disgrace them, made them tell and say, when you do this kind of thing, you cannot go scot-free. So the next person where they be and you will go on for do similar thing, now so we go deal with them. Instead of go afraid, you not go do it again. But when people do these things, then we left them and go scot-free, then it will continue to happen. And this should not be happening in the country. All right? So, but now this will be seen. It is very disturbing. That's why people are afraid. But anyway, let us see let us see Julius Spencer, which himself they talk about the malpractices in the election, right?
The National Grand Coalition is very pleased to report that the party has won several parliamentary seats and council positions in the March 7, 2018 elections. We have also observed a very positive trend in the presidential poll. The NGC has also taken note of the so-called provisional results of the elections originating from several media houses. It is important to note that the broadcast of these results is what they are, provisional results, and their veracity is yet to be confirmed. The NGC can state categorically that its experts have identified a number of serious irregularities in the voting process, which will, in some areas, require immediate recount across the country. We'll be approaching the National Electoral Commission NEC with our observations, concerns, and objections. Thus, while the nation awaits the formal announcement and publication by the National Electoral Commission NEC of the official results, the NGC hereby calls on all its members and supporters of the National Grand Coalition and the public to remain vigilant whilst our technicians work round the clock to analyze and compile the relevant data to back up the position our party will be taking. The NGC calls on all Sierra Leoneans to avoid, in the supreme interest of our country, the temptation of drawing hasty conclusions from rumors, but rather patiently wait for the NEC to finalize the processing of the results. We'll continue to vigilantly engage NEC as they tally and process inputs from across the country. This is the campaign spokesperson for the National Grand Coalition, Dr. Julius Spencer.
All right, of course, some informed that now Mr. Julius Spencer, of course, the campaign spokesperson for the National Grand Coalition, of course, then served on get concerns about some of the malpractices will go on during this election. And waiting really baffling is that instead of political parties engaging in malpractices, it is the National Electoral Commission staff. Now, them more the surface for saying that they get involved in these malpractices. So, if this body, now the body where Sierra Leoneans they rely on to man the critical election like this, then they surface now as the people the way they behind the malpractices. Then where is our hope now? Which other systems will go put hopes in? Right? So this is very, 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 very worrisome. But anyway, you know, my family, whosoever on a day, I think say we need for appreciate the National Grand Coalition, the NGC, all the members of the National Grand Coalition, and all the leaders and the presidential candidate of the National Grand Coalition, Dr. Kande Koleyom Kela. We need to appreciate them. Because number one, can you imagine how many months we then form National Grand Coalition and look at the impact where they make by this election? Can you imagine if they don't start this like, you know, 2-3 years before now? I think saying that they will for they talk about today for being in the presidency. Sometimes they're not for even go runoff. We're not for even talk about runoff. You know? Because one thing that I appreciate the NGC for is the awareness we then create among Sierra Leoneans. The messages that when they pass to the average Sierra Leonean, to the grassroots Sierra Leonean, then do so perfectly that we people that don't become emphatically informed about all of the important issues in the country. The people that don't know waiting at their civic rights and responsibilities as citizens of the country. NGC played a large role in that, and for which we appreciate them. Me not to NGC. All the top man inside NGC, they sabi me. They no say me not to NGC. But you have to give credit where credit is due. We have to appreciate the NGC for the role they play by this politics. They started this message of awareness. Now then begin for Duam, now then begin for tell the truth. Apart from Mohammed Kamari Mansari, when I be the number one voice where they talk on behalf of the defenseless or the ordinary Sierra Leonean. When I be the TINAP openly they criticize APC. NGC came in with a big one and they did it perfectly. So let's appreciate them. You know, one panel member be the talk yesterday on social media where they advised them. They tell and say the worst mistake that an NGC will make in this election. When they see the numbers the way they come inside, NGC they get substantial votes. The only problem is the votes they're not enough for able for make them stay inside the race for the presidency. But the numbers, the way they come inside, surprisingly very substantial. Some people they not be even expect say they're gonna make that kind of number. And the message where NGC get, the message of change, and the way where they want for change, bring about that change, and the person where they lead that change message is so important that a political party like the NGC should not die. It should stay alive. It should continue to function. Whether in win this election or not to win this election, the NGC as a political party must continue to function because they have the capability, the ability for made them able for stand on issues, made them call government a name on issues, for talk on behalf of the people. They have that ability. But the worst mistake what they could do, in case this election goes to a runoff and the NGC and their members decide say then they support APC para runoff day, that would be a suicide mission for the NGC. Because guess what? APC, as we all know, they're not good for themselves and they're not good for the country. No matter how APC then hide, we know say this political party was formed on the basis of deception, on the basis of violence, on the basis of intimidation. And this political party, they squarely represent dictatorship and communism. This is the fact. You see, when people are enlightened, they are knowledgeable, they get experience, they are educated. You cannot continue to spin their head around. It's not possible. APC will not call on a red. The only communist party in the whole world when a Chinese government, then call on a red. And when APC they in power, then they link with country more to China past any other country in the world. Now I could see Chinese man they hold hand with APC man that they work on the street in the campaign. Because you see that toll road where they put and so they say the contract say then when the Chinese then are there for monitor that money where they can with people that they pay in that toll road. Because that that's what they give. So they get for collect that toll day for 25 years, where they pull the money there, they hand that over give. So they say now they don't say if there's going to be change of hands in government, then if APC come out, the money don't go both. Oh my God. So, you know, for many people fed for that money, they get for join the campaign. Right? So they make one for let know say APC in a communist party that. Plenty of me man they all go school, go college, now members of APC. Some are ministers. But I know say we would sit off for talk. This is how we talk, right? So if NGC decides say that APC that they support for that runoff day, as APC win that election, the number one item on the agenda is to kill the NGC. When I just see what they do to PMDC, PMDC is nowhere to be seen today. Where we say PMDC now be the third political force in Sierra Leone in 2012. Was it 2012 or 2007? Right? But PMDC is nowhere today to be seen. Charles Maga or this, that, or with all that noise we make, he's nowhere. NGC, you are too smart, too intelligent, too forward-looking, have a foresight for you to do that. This is not just, you know, advice. I got me man at Philadelphia when a man will elect for argue. I don't say they watch me right now. Just they go talk to oh Sheriff na labo in the power. But NGC, we don't know brothers them. You see, you get for tell your brother the truth. This is the truth. We no say when I mean well for Salome. The only thing when I can't inside the game too late. So now that make when the trail, right? But anyway, so let us see some of the other reports that will come up from upline, from the polling stations there. Let us see what they say back, right? Stick around.
When they don't vote down, the police they don't come quick now the polling center. So luckily one guy just came over, he take the box there, he say they go keep an eye use. That same night though around there 2:30 morning. So he take the box, he can, but 3 boxes he can't gonna use. Later the youth man they all not the area. Then they say why this guy for take the box can't gonna use. Now they infect na that center they gonna the mine use. We take the box. We come with them back. We sit down over 1 hour 30 minutes. And the police then come. They the box. They come. But the police they not even apprehend that man this. Why if for taking that polling box can we not use? The box not be locked. They be locked, but the seal all there, they did it. So if they don't build them like practice, they can fix the seal back. They count the box back south. So what policeman can tell us, but why this man take the box, go and use the counter, woman no arrest. And they say he can't go for safekeeping. So I not be saying anything. I said 2 national for safekeeping. I say pulling box. They not say for keeping the house. If for being at the pulling center. Now we don't tell it.
Yeah. Councillor, Ward 372 is 105. It come to a time the station Lorenzo, one person in the account vote meets the non vote in a place, and he gets an ID card, he meets the non vote in place, so the police come over and then they near the police station, so they take them, for let them go station, for let them see how they resolve fine. Kind of one thing and we are reject. Then they go to a time, all me qualify. They say 229 for day, 1 day inside, 1 day out. They come to about 2 hours. Then they put all me we own NGC own them with other parties that we have about APC SLPP. They're all 2 days inside, or 2 days inside. That's where I get me coordinator with it. With me now we try all kind of way. Let them one back to join one. We make the to them we SLP APC while they're all 2 days inside. I mean one for the inside, then the one back for the outside. So then they're all 2 days inside.
17 plus 5, 422 people in the vote at that particular station, station 6. So this particular one, and at 300 maximum. And we also discovered that some of the stations them where they not going to results, and later on they do it. Started where SLPP beats them, not going to the results. But they ask member of parliament, you pressure them, they do the results. They will not see that any result they see, they don't want to give you a suspicion. Then the last thing we discover also that at around 4:30, you see youth man in the canon, they say they want to vote. They can also stop playing a winner's chapel. But I go to register for match. You don't go take your card, they don't sensitize you. They can late, some they can 5 after. Act for honorable, who prevents them in another. So this starting with them in plan.
When they say a political party position, women know are ready for testify before any justice. Because you don't forget a political party, you be a representative or you be ordinary chairman I ward. Or a constituency go work for neck. It is not right.
17 plus 5, 420.
All right, and so we found that these are some of the reports that really come inside where they, some people that we observed during this election. So plenty things then the way really, what happens at this election. I not just know how big they are able for impact, the outcome of the election, but the National Electoral Commission don't allow itself to be tainted like this. It has been tainted seriously. I just feel I'm from a man infairly content. A man we get high dignity, respect, possibly way. But you see, sometimes when you nice too much, people they take advantage of that niceness for turn things that around you. I know some people that they label electoral and for me give them the okay, for me then go ahead and do things there. Then now we then go that they turn things them around in a negative way. But these are some of the very disturbing reports where they come out from political party agents and where they observe at the polling stations where happen. Let us see which are some of the ultimatums where APC will give some of its members there, or people that where they feel say then they in the localities but where they try for vote for other political parties, especially the SLPP. Waiting at the plan where they be get for them, right? Let's see that.
For B, if in 5 or 10,000 or 50,000, now we are Romendi, all for B, for Dr. Samura Kamara. For any other no, see, if you be SLPP, we go all the who offended SLPP, then will vote for them people will vote for SLPP who offended now we are Romendi and that day they not sleep now. The job was on now they bring them now. No sleep now. So with the one una now, not be make up una mind or make up una mind straight because we don't want no one off by this business here. No way. No one off. Now what you want to tell una for be if in a 5 or 10,000 or 50,000. Now Buya Romendi all for B for Dr. Samura Kamara. For any other no, see, if it be SLPP, we go all the we will offend the SLPP, then we vote for them people will vote for SLPP, we will offend them now Buya Romendi and that day they're not asleep now.
So you see, so you read that. So we then grab and say SLPP then tribalistic. You know, SLPP then tribalistic. Now, I got plenty of me party then at Timinis, Limbas, you know, people that will come up from the north. So I don't hold anything personal against people from the north. In fact, me get me own family that will come up from the north. Anybody with a sheriff will come up from Kabbalah, that side, and they are connected to my lineage. Okay, so I don't get anything against anybody will come up from that side. But some of our own I know. We Mende man can sit down, Timini man and Timini man that they talk to me, you know they bother them. You know even one know, you know they bother them. But let Timini person sit down near you, near two Mende people that they talk Mende, and they monitor and pass mark. Right? This is just something that can happen. But anyway, we don't pass that stage then. We don't get for go part tribalism. We are all Sierra Leoneans. We are one. But when a message like that with the APC they pass, that they place, this is not a public forum. They don't gather people in a court barry. Then they talk to them. Then they get the audacity, somebody hold microphone and they utter that kind of statement to the hearing of all man where Canada place. For say anybody will decide for vote for other political party, especially the SLPP, then go find that person don't go sleep na that Sunday that night. So where is the democracy? So, you know, what would they talk say APC not to Democratic Party? They don't believe in democracy. Then a communist party, then a dictatorship. You get for either day with them or you die. Right? So just imagine what they were saying out there. Not to we talk, not to put another mouth. This is not the campaign where they go on. This is how, this is not some of the messages that they send. And this is not the perception about this democratic election will happen. For say, nobody know for the at that time where you get the right for practice or exercise your own democratic rights. You have to vote for APC. If you don't vote for APC, they fend you, then pull you community. Whether they be mean or not, but saying it openly in a public forum is so sad. So this is not some of the reasons why we really feel say APC should not be in any position of authority in that country anymore, at least for the next 30 years. If possible, they should dissolve, let them form a political party, because their mentality not they work for the country. Try they will run the analysis between SLPP and APC from 1961 to 2017, waiting then two political parties they don't do in the country. When we highlight everything what APC don't do, some man they be vexed. But now we don't begin to see all of that. Right? So, you know, this political party, I don't know. For me, when they see young people, they dance for APC. They go fed for APC. At the turn around, they look at them. The shoes where they wear serve not to better shoes. The trousers where they wear will get boss for them. The t-shirt where they wear dirty. So this APC where they fed for 10 years, what have they done for you? They don't make you don't get job. They don't make you don't go school, you know, without even helping you to pay your tuition. You know? Where the hope where they don't create for you? You are living hopelessly and in despair. Where is the hope? They don't create a condition where make brothers and sisters in the communal country, they go die in Libya, some then they go maltreat in Kuwait. Is that the same political party you want to dance for? You want to campaign for? Some of us not get nothing personal against the APC. Now we just say this party is not the right party for our country. Period. Because they're selfish, they're greedy, they're ignorant. They don't know how to operate government. Their mentality about governance is so wrong. Because even China, when a communist party, they know they run the country so. Now make China develop rapidly. Because their own idea about communism is different. How to take care of the people there. But people that go in that country, they go to bed hungry. But anyway, so my family, these are some of the things that we'll get. We get one more report we want to share with you. Stick around.
Family, this white slip where they see, they tell you say this na neck them plastic rope them be the use during the elections yesterday on Wednesday for ensure say people are not pass outside day and they do then their actions for show say na neck day on operation. This particular way they see at the video, so these are the benches them where the neck officials say yesterday then be the use as one of the polling station. And this building where they see so now building where be say na in them be supposed for use as the polling center where all the stations then for the inside here. But then take this particular station and pull them outside. Now what happen at this station where then pull outside, upon arrival I introduce myself to the PCM, that is the polling center manager. I tell them say me a journalist from Freetown, I show me accreditation and my ID cards then what they use as media practitioner. I say I want to observe the polling station them and allow me for go. When I kaya to my greatest surprise, I can meet people where then they allow for votes we register at this particular center here. And when I asked them that one day, they say, well, then sorry in a mistake where it was really unfortunate where in the party agents of the various party them will be present when at the NGC, the SLPP and the APC, then none not be aware of what's in the happen. Then puts them far away from outside then for the watch. These are the places where they see so as you see right now. You understand? Now the building this, I car for video. Some of them see the election don't done. Now I can't take this video. Let somebody say I do am prior to the election. You see, this now neck they wouldn't call this. Now if you see this now one classroom, what they tell you say this particular place here they use them as a room for polling station. You understand? A 4 station in Bedina. If you watch your back, you should see this back in another room. You see the right classroom A. And those are just come out, then put the staff. Now, if you come close back, you go up, you see another room where the entire classroom C. This they tell you we don't pass 3 classroom them. We don't able for usher in 3 polling station them. And you come to the last one, you see another classroom the back where they show you say now 4 rooms then they are waiting for able use as 4 polling stations. The questions where so many people they ask now that why then decide for police or a polling station outside the building. And then particular tier where they see so where the Engsonaya, the the party agents them allege say NEC no refuse forgive them then particular paper they are where they put so outside. They say NEC refuse forgive them. So if this is the case, people go to wonder what's really be happening here. Well, NEC be talk say the Southside person register na day for votes. The only exception to that ruling are the NEC official them and also the police officer them or the personnel them with forces where they assist NEC on the operations on that particular side. So this don't really show say this na problem. Now if you watch from them 4 classroom they take on this side. Now watch what's happen. You see say NEC, well I don't know where really what's happen. You see this thing and just take no more how careless they make this business. And if you watch and they see wall them, that they should say them for don't able for fix some of them on a wall. But look how the thing just happened. The question is why make a decide back for Canada this particular place? Now for try for no. What's not the reason we make them police polling station outside from that place? Well, to me, the answer now because them be really one for they make people them we not register for votes and other people not going for understand what they go on. They make them pull them now do because 4 rooms and they inside for able usher in the 4 polling stations them. So this now the thing we happen now and me they report this. My name na Kwadik Bangua. Well, Fambule, this time around I will
Jogo, make them cool and temper. Jogo, jogo.
Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo.
Nagadam. If you want to pull you close and throw it, I'm a pop. It's allowed. Jerking dancing and fall on the ground like a would give up. It's allowed. Give me your phone, make a come body, cause I not get a prepare. Not allowed. Allow me even touch you, baby, cause I want for the napaya. Not allowed. Don't let me go, don't let me go. Don't let me go, go. Don't let me go. When I'm out in the house, no fast, no post. Where's your achiever? Nah, never to the house. This not time we don't need no bus. If you fat, I go just on me. No, if you tired for that, I go just gonna house. Don't let me go, don't let me go, don't let me go. Jogo, 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 make them cool and temper. Jogo, 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 make them cool and temper. Jogo, jogo.
Gonna the middle, come on a corner. Balance up in if I watch and I under the body they tickle. Something a feather, scatter the campaign I get the forgetter. EB, we go party today. EB, you're now be ready for booty. Hello, Angel Nancy Bennett.
The land of peace, the land of milk and honey, the land of natural fruit, the land of 17 minerals: diamond, gold, silver, rutile, bauxite, iron ore, limonite, platinum ore, and many more. The mountains wave like the voice of a lion. The natural hills and the valley, the natural spring water and the golden beaches. It is Sierra Leone, the Lion Mountain. Sierra Leone is the name of the country. Why are we still fighting one another? Youth killing themselves, killing children and young people, taking their part for their selfish deeds. How many people will you have to kill for you to enrich yourself? The Bible says in Psalm 62 verses 11, once God have spoken, have I heard this? Power belongs to God. And in the book of Matthew chapter 23 verses 18 says, all power in heaven and earth belongs to God. He is the giver of power and riches. I can still remember the days of sin and the days of our forefathers like Samuel Timagai, Kailondo, Baibure, Madame Yoko, and many more. The days of slavery and the days of freedom. The days of the war and the days of Ebola. Do you know how many lives have gone for you and I to gain freedom? Why are we still pointing fingers to people for our development? Do you think they can make us develop? Even if they have the power, they can't. Let's stop selfishness. Let's stop hypocrisy.
All right, of course, informing at that we get for now today. Of course, we will expect for get some calls then for coming at this point in case you want to say something about waiting to happen. Of course, now the country right now with regards to these election results and all of that. You know, feel free for calling. We'll get for hangouts now for a little bit more before we actually you know, close down for the day. But we would expect we'll go get the final results coming in as soon as possible. But for now, we expect that you will call in for profile your views on the broadcast, right?
Jogo, make them cool and temper. Jogo, jogo.
Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo.
Nagadon. If you want to pull you close and throw it, I'ma pop up. It's allowed. Jerking dancing and fall on the ground like a woulda give up. It's allowed. Give me your phone, make a come in body, cause I not get up up. Not allowed. Allow me even touch touch you, baby, cause I want for the fire. Don't let me go, don't let me go. Don't let me go, don't let me go. Nation, kaka, when I'm up to the no fast, no post. Where's the Africa? Nah, never to the bring it close, make a tap on me, cause this not time we don't need no bus. If you fat, I go just on me, no see fit I for that, I go just gonna house. Don't let me go, don't let me go, don't let me go. Jogo, make them cool let bar. Jogo.
Yes, of course, ladies and gentlemen, Jungle by LXG. Of course, LXG is one of the famous musical artists now in Sierra Leone. Of course, instead of put multi-party election business, no violence, nothing. Of course, right now we get somebody on the line. Now, what are they called?
My name is Fatima.
Okay, Fatima, what side you call from?
I call from Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay, Cleveland, Ohio. Yes, Fatima, go ahead.
Okay, I want to know if this TV station is SLPP they own or not for Sierra Leoneans?
Now for Sierra Leoneans, actually, now for Sierra Leoneans. But right now, the way the election they go, so we just the comment according to how the result they coming. But as Sierra Leoneans, they get them. What's going on?
Oh. Okay, that's all I want to know. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, Fatima. Thank you.
Jogo, make them cool and temper. Jogo.
Jogo.
If you want to pull you close and throw it, I'm a pop. It's allowed. Jerking dancing and fall on the ground like a would give up. It's allowed. Give me you for make a come in body cause I not get a prepare. Not allowed. Allow me even touch you baby cause I want for the fire. Not allowed. Don't let me go, don't let me go. Don't let me go, don't let me go. Nation, kaka. When I'm up to the no fast, no post. Where's the Africa? Nah, never to the this not time we don't need no bus. If you fat, I go just on me, no see fit I for that, I go just gonna house. Don't let me go, don't let me go, don't let me go. Jogo.
Mu wona to APC medebla me otro kwa yigo go ha na magi mani mu ko go mo yesori na go mo igwala sana nteme o toro kwa SLPP go na tete ya leta hu ki alo ni kai ta wata ni kero yekun baraka no na ba meta pe ma yegudi ni ba me ba me akwa APC o tabo junduma ya go government APC to me dita na center government mo am ko go mo ba mo da se da ya to mo da se to ye de SLPP APC ba tete destroy lo miado ha ga we na ha da ma lima da ma wo na ha te mo ye story na mo ko lo SLPP government go go ya aduma ja sala yo to there is jo kwale what they speaking of my agreement ma mi awo mo na o na mi amo na o
Okay. Yeah, those days. Okay. Weke baika we to yeva, you know, you never dia mo hunga mana ate kriye ye.
Message na go me atami agite because that taxi to what there. Ade na ade. Na metero no Don't get out. I get a cab and the bra. This time I used to go. Yes, look at the Wally. I don't go let me again. And I read when I let after that confident.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Because trouble you would have working in your a walk my big Guyana.
Okay, where can bike away? Got to you later, my pair. All right. So my family waiting the maybe they talk about it. They talk about those days where in be 12 years old where APC been in a power in Sierra Leone. It's a way campaign time can already where then they go for go campaign and then in the line there. It's say they all with them family, them parents and they go hide. Because you either deal with the APC or you not deal with them. Then they go hide. So all the imams there or the chief there or people that they go hide inside bush. You know, when they come for the campaign, when they reach at the top, they know you see nobody. That's the only way they be able to survive. So it talks say APC na a tribalistic party. Now that's the tell we inside Monday, right? It say and waiting disturber. It say way they don't see say the election don't begin to turn. It say so now then they don't begin to talk this kind of young killer where they don't disgrace. Now they don't begin to talk say if kind of join SLPP na tribalistic party na na tribalistic party now that message and they portray now to NGC. But at any rate, between the SLPP and the APC, I don't know which one tribalistic. Let will go right now during the 10 years. All the suffering will say Sierra Leoneans and they suffer. You go to McKinney right now and see how McKinney did. McKinney, in fact, is way better looking than Freetown right now, right? Then you go to Kenema right now and see how the streets in town. But anyway, we don't want to go into that. But family, if you want for call, the lines are open. You can call right now and profile your views, right?
Jogo, make them cool and temper. Jogo.
Jogo,
Okay, yes, Hawa, yes, Hawa, go ahead we'll listen to you.
I just want to know, they're saying at 25% on left. I just want to know this 25%, is it SLPP stronghold or APC stronghold? Just like how you been doing, like, was it yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah, so...
Well, right now, we get for check, the data where they come in. I not check them yet, but as far as what you have been see, then get more for count now the SLPP stronghold than the APC stronghold. But the margin is so narrow, it's so narrow. So I get for check them, and whatever comes in, I go make una know.
Then the other thing where the driver asked, within this particular year, that they call by 25%, 50%. What's the problem? Looking at the point.
Well, because normally when election happen at Sierra Leone or any other side, they're supposed to announce the result right away. But because people then get the anxiety, then they wait for results. So instead of keeping the people waiting, they want for the release and by percentages so that they know say this percent, but they don't give 75. So that 25% we left now all man they wait for,
Okay. Then the other question again. Then they talk about irregularity in the election. Irregularity they go on, they don't call certain places them. So is it that they go for go recount the places then, or they don't count 10 places already, they don't add them by this 75% where they don't call it, included or not?
Well, now that we self not know, because when they can come for announce the result there, they know they tell we all the details here. you know, like with the press conference where the SLPP all come up with, you know, allegations against the APC and, you know, present evidence, and all the other evidence will don't come. So we be the express anytime we then the give results, therefore explain to we say we don't get this report, and this we don't do about it. And so based on that one, this is not the final result we'll get now. But I know it talks to them, just they can't give you results, they're not give you any details. Right. Exactly.
Something the fishing out.
Yeah.
Because I remember I was in 2012 where they say Kailan Kospari was avoid overvoting. Waiting they begin for do, they just disqualify all the Kailan districts or whatever side they say avoid vote. But why is it that this time around that the people then they complain about avoid votes, overvoting, anything and they, but still the counting is going on this particular side and with people then they.
Right. You know, well, you know, these are questions. This is a legitimate question. You know, we, you know, we go continue for prevail on that one. They all go prevail on na Freetown. I just be to talk to somebody na the NEC office. You know, so we go see. You know, we not just want for put resources they out there. You know, without they give you information, but we go ask them question there. Yeah, yeah.
Then the other thing again. Some of the diaspora, we don't agree with the British for dual citizenship and to kind of young killer days, would they be now, although at the end of the day, it not succeed. But would they say you don't join APC or you want to join APC? Is this true or false?
Well, I don't think so. You know, me not a member of NGC, and as somebody with the report, and I don't get that yet. But it is most unlikely because I know what's in APC try for do to Kande. You know, then disgrace time they do all kinds of things. So it could be the worst thing way they go do. We don't know that yet anyway, but it could be a mistake. Yeah. So we don't know that yet.
Okay.
Now me for they ask you right now, Hawa. Now me for they ask you that question.
I know, right?
Right. Yes.
I know.
Now before they ask you, I can't call you back and ask you. I say, how I sound a day now?
You know, this what's up there, everybody they give you. So
yeah.
The information where I can believe and through you.
Yeah.
I make anything where I want to say for the way to.
Yeah, I not believe what's up too much. Who they verify? We get people then at the ground where they go verify the information there. So
well,
yeah.
I make na you more so that now I will get information.
Right.
From know within the group.
Okay.
Anyway, thanks very much.
No problem. Yeah.
Continue the good job.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Jogo, make them cool and temper. Jogo, jogo.
Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo.
Nagadon. If you want to pull you close and throw it, I'm a pop up. It's allowed. Jerking dancing and fall on the ground like a would give up. It's allowed. Give me your phone, make a come in body cause I not get a prepare. Not allowed. Allow me even touch you baby cause I want for turn up fire. Not allowed. Don't let me go, don't let me go. Don't let me go, go, don't let me go. Next nation. Kaka, kaka. Man, I'm up to the rose. No fast, no post. Where's the Africa? Nah, never to the this not time we don't need no bus. If you fat, I go just on me. No, if you tire for that, I go just go now. Don't let me go, don't let me go, don't let me go. Jogo, 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 make them cool and temper. Jogo, 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 jogo.
The WhatsApp news 9 Boku. some of we day before yesterday we nearly collapsed. So we were not SLPP supporters. Me a die-hearted supporter. I did Virginia. Day before yesterday I nearly collapsed. Tell my husband, they say, "Now for that day did I?" I said, "Yes. Politics is the purpose in heart." I called my salon. I they asked somebody where they part of the election. I asked her. He said, the careless talk where tell me was, "Hey, politics na game. Either or. Now you could expect why you they go die for." I said, "No, I'm not directly connected to Mother Pew. I'm not directly connected to anybody inside the politics. But as a Sierra Leonean, I come on here, me not from Kenema. I come on here, I go free time on the 3rd of December. You can't imagine, I sleep na me host only 1 week. I go for 7 weeks. I dey sleep here, they afraid let them not attack me. Because that was the deal of that day. Because the government by then, they protect we. They protect in natives then. Then they can't attack, they say I click over there, then kill and rape and do everything. So I was scared, say, la no sleep na me host, then can't attack me, say JC and or somebody they come over see and you see? So that alone pissed me off. I would need a change of government. So with this attack, I not even want them people then go back to power.
Right.
Because we'll go doing at the same situation.
Right.
So I worried about SLPP because these people have 99 tactics. I'm scared if they go run off, they're not going to get the gadget the way they're going to use. Look, the first thing what they don't do, then they stop ballots and they do this and do this. So I'm really worried about the outcome of this result. If we go run off or we not go, because they can do anything for let the runoff go in their favor.
Well, yeah, definitely, definitely.
Because we go able to get truth from you.
Well, yeah, definitely. The only thing we me go advise is that according to how the results then they come in, they point to the fact say APC, SLPP, they're not able to forget it 55%. We're going to make them declare anybody as the president of the country. And if that happens, then it is unfortunate we get for go runoff. Now, who say the whole thing there is SLPP as a political party, they don't come up with a press conference. They don't present a lot of allegations against the APC, how then they interfere inside the process. And so with the result that will come in, we're not only hear from the National Electoral Commission where they make any comment on them press conference allegations the way SLPP make. And if they say they make comment on the allegations, then they are biased, because any political party will come up with a complaint. They're supposed to look into them and then supposed to tell the public, for let the public know how they do address that issue there. So, you know, because in the 2012 election, just like our talk,
yes,
where then we get areas where they overvote or by practice been they then cancel all the votes them.
Yes.
Now, in this time, we not don't see who side in the council votes. You know, they are just quiet about everything when they come in.
And they want to give them a chance so that we'll go run off and
right.
they can do what they want to.
Right.
This
so,
is my scared.
Yeah. So, well, you know, me and you, we just watch what they go on now. We talk to people in at the ground. In fact, my own reporter, I don't travel go Freetown today from Kenema for like go, you know, investigate certain things. And then by tomorrow or next tomorrow, we'll know what's in the happen. Yeah. Okay. But for now, let's just play.
When you can get on this line, because I'm just fortunate for, I don't know who that share and I'm a page. I'm just fortunate for CM now.
Yeah, anytime all the broadcast live, if not on Facebook, you watch you go see
Facebook, I will get this thing.
Right, you go see the live where they appear on the video or the broadcast. But if you watch anything or don't broadcast, if you not see that live, they panel, then will not be live. So according to how things then they go now, we're not going able to tell you exactly which time we'll get for the on live. But if you go click on we for follow we, as we count on live, you go see them by your phone. You go register.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's
follow we. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, brother.
No problem.
I hope we will succeed.
Yes. Thank you.
Jogo, make them cool and temper. Jogo, jogo.
Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo.
If you want to allowed. Jerking dancing the foot on the ground like a would give up. It's allowed. Give me you for make a come in body cause I not get up up. Not allowed. Allow me even touch you baby cause I want for turn up. Not allowed. Don't let me go. Don't let me go. Don't let me go. Don't let me go. No fast, no post. Bring it close, make a tap when we close. This not time we don't need no bus. If you fat, I go just on me. No, if you tired for that, I go just gonna house. Don't let me go, don't let me go. Don't let me go.
Yes, me family made and cool and temper. LXG coming to us live from Freetown. Of course, that's the track title is Jungle. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, this is how we are going to end the broadcast for today. We want to take opportunity of this moment for appreciate you, for say a lot of thanks to you for joining us. Of course, for joining us, let all keep fingers crossed. The only thing I can say is that, you know, people then for no say, Sierra Leone don't pass the stage whose side would they make people then suffer unnecessarily. You with the imposition of authority in the country, where you get yourself engaged in any action where they bring untold suffering on our people, must not say would they watch you, and must remember who said Chancellor sit on right now. Those days are gone where they bring unnecessary hardship, unnecessary suffering on our people, and you they go scot-free. And now they happen this time. So now I make what they tell you say, this election therefore be free, fair, and transparent. And with all the kalo we don't play, we'll therefore take to action. Even when the new government come in, we'll go and let that new government be able to investigate the National Electoral Commission so that we'll go eliminate this problem enough for come again forever and ever, enough for appear anywhere anymore. Because once this don't happen, we'll not take care of them. We get the possibility for may continue to happen. And we don't want that. So therefore, we advise you for let it take your hands off this electoral process. Let it announce who that don't win the election. Let it put on BNW. Let the country start development process. Okay? So that's so we get for end the broadcast today. Once more, I'm Ibrahim Sheriff, and I want to say a lot of thanks to you guys for sticking around with us. And so before we end the broadcast, the elections results are at 75% as we have now provisionally. APC 833,519, SLPP 848,438, NGC 136,009, and Coalition for Change C4C 67,132. With that, SLPP is in lead right now, slightly leading above the APC, and of course with NGC third and C4C fourth. And so nobody not get 55% yet, and so definitely if nobody not get 55%, then it is very likely for say the election will go to a runoff. All right, so that's how we're gonna end it today. And once more, I want to tell you plenty thank you. Thank you very much.
Jogo, make them cool and temper. Jogo, jogo.
Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo. Jogo, jogo.
Nagadam. If you want to pull you close and throw it, I'm a pop up. It's allowed. Jerking dancing the foot on the ground like a would give up. It's allowed. Give me you for make a come in body cause I not get up up. Not allowed. Allow me even touch you baby cause I want for turn up. Not allowed.